What do you think, Stephen?
You never know who you're going to run into on the streets of New York. Like these two men, Chris Pollock and Haim Lazarus.
I always loved comic books, and it always inspired me to kind of do good or do something. So I decided to make that into reality and hopefully inspire others to do good.
Chris and Haim call themselves real-life superheroes. And they don't just dress the part. They actually go out and perform good deeds.
It's about a positive message out to the world. It's about bringing the hero within, out and manifesting it to others.
Chris is 23. By day, he teaches martial arts in Staten Island. By night, he turns into Dark Guardian. Haim is also 23. He studies film at Columbia University. But at night, he turns into a character he calls Life.
I'd become a real-life superhero.
On a recent cold February night, Dark Guardian and Life are giving blankets to homeless people in Manhattan. Tonight, the superheroes are also buying sandwiches for two homeless men.
People don't even usually look at homeless people.
Thank you, guys. No problem, man.
It turns out Chris and Haim aren't alone. This is Street Hero, also from New York City. She counsels prostitutes. She used to be one herself.
Being in the business was not where I was meant to be. Somebody needed to protect them.
Of course, you get hey Superman, hey Superman.
And this man with the white mask is the superintendent. That's also his profession in real life.
I found it very personally satisfying to go beyond my hours of employment and continue to help people, fixing things, preventing accidents.
And this is Direction Man, who was recently featured on Japanese TV. He gives directions on the streets of New York. Superheroes get together online, mostly on MySpace. This is Citizen Prime's MySpace page. He says he believes there is a hero in every man, and he calls himself a warrior for peace. It is estimated that there are 200 superheroes around the world. Last fall, Haim got the idea to bring them together.
We realized that there had never been an all-encompassing meeting of all the real-life superheroes because it's such a new movement.
And what would be the perfect place? Times Square, of course, the scene of many mythical superhero adventures and movies. This is the man whose permission Haim needed. Bob Esposito runs the security department of Times Square Alliance.
I had a lot of questions for him. What kind of superheroes? I had 500 people thinking that they're Superman trying to jump off of buildings here. I wasn't sure. I never heard of superheroes before.
I invested months of my life. I literally killed myself to make the meeting happen.
Haim's enthusiasm finally paid off. On October 28th, several dozen superheroes gathered in the heart of Gotham City.
Some of them had some outlandish outfits, and when you see people, dressed that way, you might not take them as serious, as somebody that dressed regular. But until you started to talk to them, and then you realize that this person had something to offer.
Anybody need any water?
That day, superheroes handed out water and coffee. They also cleaned the streets with Times Square sanitation workers.
People were like, haha, what's that? And then, once you explain, hey, this is who we are, this is what we do, they're like, that's really cool, respect.
Haim wants to turn the superhero movement into real charity with the status of a non-profit organization, and certainly one with a sense of humor.
I'm a grown man running around in a superhero costume. It's funny. You gotta laugh at yourself.